Nerd Soul.
Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Fast X Talk. That's right. You best believe it. You know the deal. And we are joined by a gentleman who makes comics. All right. A gentleman who has his own convention. A gentleman who loves, that's right, family. I give to you, Mike Watson of Freestyle Comics. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Thank you so much. Love the introduction. Happy
So y'all seen the title. Y'all know we doing full spoilers. If you haven't seen Fast and Furious and you want to know what goes on, don't watch this. Or if you don't care about what goes on, then you can watch this. Or if you're still going to see it, but you want to get spoiled first, go ahead and watch this. I'm gonna throw it to Mike Watson first. Let's see. Mike, what's your favorite part about this movie, Fast X?
My favorite part of Fast X, I'm gonna have to say, it was Jason Momoa.
Okay.
My favorite part of Fast X. He was incredible. He brought to Fast X, to the Fast Saga, a villain, type of villain we've never seen before.
Mhm.
And he absolutely wasn't the way that I thought he was going to be, which would have been typical villainous revenge seeking stuff. But once I watched it, I was like, he is Dominic Toretto's Joker. That's what
You
he
know
is.
what? Props to that, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yo, he's kind of like a Joker,
Mm-hmm.
because he really doesn't have a specific or particular aim outside of just, you know, hurting Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
Or sorry, excuse me, hurting Dominic Toretto.
yeah, but like even in hurting him, he's entertained by him and impressed by him. One of the things I
Mhm.
really like about villains, or in my villains, is that they have a respect for the hero and the skill that they bring to the table. And uh, he was almost a fan of Dominic Toretto with the way that he portrayed himself or whatnot. And
Yep.
I thought that was great. Like he couldn't, like he's trying to kill him and he's seeking revenge, but I think he showed the best unbiased by saying, I mean, that was good. I mean, what you
Yeah.
just did, I mean, I'm still gonna try to kill you, but that was a nice move.
He was like, that's impressive. I got to give you that. On my side, I guess my favorite part of this movie is I guess you could say either direction or the editing. The way they semi retcon this, the way they like semi retconned, what is it, Fast Five, I think? Six, five. I think it was five. All right. The way they essentially retconned that and the way they edited it was straight gold. Like they were able to match that. Well, you could clearly see the footage wasn't the footage that we have today, but they were able to kind of like match that in a way where it was like a memory type footage and then insert multiple characters that you were like, oh, well, maybe they were there. Like, even to the point where you're like, all right, hold on, I need to watch that movie again. And of course, you know, we all know, like, yo, he wasn't there. But still, it doesn't matter. The way they played it off in this movie, top notch. Like, that whole opening sequence, I was just impressed at how it was edited to really pull off this idea. Like, hold up, was he there? Like, hold up, did this scene happen and just like we didn't see it? Like, it makes you like wonder or doubt your own, like your like your own understanding of that movie, which I really enjoyed. And then I guess besides that, just the incorporation of all of these elements from the previous film.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, maybe we'll see Lil Bow Wow. You never know, man. Maybe I'm sorry, Bow Wow, just regular Bow Wow. You
I
know,
hope if we see him again, I won't even question it. But I definitely gotta agree with you. That is the Easter egg I have always looked forward to since they have done Past Six or no
Mm.
Past Five before when they started going back into the past and I always look forward to. All right, I know this dude wasn't there, like you said, at all. They weren't even thinking about this dude when they
he was never even mentioned.
Right, he wasn't even a thought, a concern. He wasn't even an idea. But watching them reintegrate them back into the series, you're like, oh, okay. And I don't care what nobody said. You can not knock the Fast and Furious series because they are good for going back and re-editing their own film. And it's fine because we expect it. It is what we are looking for, and it is for me. That's why Vin kind of made me upset with his trailers. When he revealed it in the trailer, I'm like, dude, that's my Easter egg for the movie, for the cinema.
It was kind of like, hold up, man. You kind of, jumped the gun, but I guess they wanted to maybe pull in people that hadn't been around for a second. But it would have been awesome to see that opening sequence without any prior knowledge. Just being like, hold up, what? We're going back to the fifth one. And then even when you think about it, it's like, that's 5 movies ago. And then if you want to add Hobbs and Shaw, that's like 6 movies ago or something like that.
Yeah.
This franchise is crazy. Now, I said it in my reaction, like, hey, the thing I love about this is that it's a literal roller coaster ride. It's Six Flags. It's an action film or action junkie's dream. Do you think there's a way that they can sort of top what they've done previous or even in this film in the next 2? Because we're supposed to get 2 more movies. And I mean, every time I turn around, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like the whole movie, I was on the edge of my seat, like, this is crazy. But I mean, in a good way, though.
Yeah, that's what worries me. Because if this movie was scripted or made to be 2 films, and now Vin is talking about how now the studio saw the first film and they're like, we want you to make it 3. I'm very, very concerned about that. But I think there's always a way for them to top it. Because for me, I am a very, very, very dedicated hardcore Fast and Furious fan. I love the series. And I have no bias in this because I hated Fast 9. I hated it. I did not like it. And 10 brought me back to the things that I love about the Fast series. And I feel like they did a lot of stuff that topped them going to space. I feel like they only went to space because people said, what y'all gonna do next? Go to space? Like I think
they did that just because.
Yeah, and I'm like, it was completely unneeded. And if they were gonna do it, they should have saved it for the very last movie. But I think everything Dom did in this movie was over the top. It was definitely this fight scene. I have to go watch her Letty's fight with Ronda Rousey again. But like, I think this fight topped that and shot. Man, they was getting it. So
I think both of them got some internal bleeding going on for real.
Lots of it. We didn't get to see a lot of action from everybody else. Obviously, they're setting these pieces, and that's kind of like a thing for me because disappointing thing for me because I love the ensemble cast. I'm not going to see this movie just for them. I'm going to go see it for everybody. So I wish, we could have got more action for with the whole movie, but I get it. It's a 2-part, possibly 3-part movie. But I will definitely say that last venue, like from Dom making 2 helicopters crash into each other and dragging them.
Yeah.
And then off of a dam. I mean, all that top space. That whole segment, top space for me. And it's just like, it's incredibly ludicrous. But I figured out how Dom's powers work, which is why I don't like 9, because they step away from the rules. Dom has to be in some type of moving, motorized vehicle of transportation. And it has to be family. Those things have to be involved for him to have these amazing abilities, which I call the Action Man powers. I don't know if you remember Action Man. Do you remember that cartoon?
Nah.
Okay, after we get done, look it up and tell me Dom is not the new generation of Action Man. Because Action Man had a crazy power that in his head, it let him freeze time and all these algorithms and math and angles and stuff would appear in his head over what he was trying to do to figure out the best way to save people. I promise you, that is Dominic Toretto's power.
Yo, the way they allow everyone to get their piece in this film. Even though there's one, you know what? Let me throw this. Since we're moving, I'm gonna move from favorite parts right now. I'm gonna go to a part that I didn't like, and not that I didn't like the scene, but I didn't like this. Okay, so Dom and Letty, they got to go off, right? So I forgot his son's name, Baby Dom. All right,
Brian.
What's his name? Brian.
Yes, name's Brian.
All right, sorry. So Brian's at the crib chilling. I got Auntie there. Auntie chilling. Yeah. Playing video games. Just mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Ain't hurting nobody. All of a sudden, danger comes to the home. All right. She decides to stand and fight instead of getting the child out of the house into safety. Now, I know we don't get our scene if she does that, but I'ma just tell anyone who has my child with them, if someone storms the house, grab that child, aka my child, and run for the hills. Do not stand and try to have a fist fight with people that got guns. All right? Now, go ahead.
No, I'm here with you. I absolutely agree, because I'm thinking to myself, like, we didn't see you fight a whole lot in the previous film, but these dudes have on full. I mean, this is the fullest, most tactical armor I've ever seen militant soldiers wearing. Like,
yeah, these are like the CIA type dudes.
Like, I mean, but like the helmet was thick as heck. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, y'all, I let y'all pass with elbowing and kicking these people in helmets, but they throwing fists and combos and helmets and stuff, and I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah. Now, of course, his uncle did come in. So,
he did.
All right, he came in, and we got some cool stuff. People getting thrown through the floor. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I was sitting in the theater. I was like, yo, get the kid out of there. Like that, I said that out loud. Now, the good thing is I saw it on a Thursday, so I saw it first showing Thursday, so there weren't a lot of people in there with me. It was like maybe 5 other people in there. But I was like, yo, get that kid out of there. What are you doing? Like, what? They got guns.
They got guns. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. A thing. Let's see. I'm trying to think what. Because when you go see Fast and Furious, you have to go see Fast and Furious with your unbelievable ticket.
Well, yeah.
And, but
is it Pete? Go and say it's Pete. Is it Pete? Is it Pete?
What about Pete?
Oh, what talking about a part that you didn't like? Is it Pete?
Oh, I don't know. What part was that?
When they went in the internet cafe place.
I didn't mind that. I mean, I snitched on him, but you posted this like him. He snitched on the family.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no. Hey, look, stop snitching. All right. Like, there's no reason for you to be snitching. You know what I'm saying? No reason.
At all. No reason at all for you to be snitching on them.
Well, actually, they did put a lot of money up, so I guess that is a reason. But still, you know what I'm saying? Stop snitching.
Yeah, but they about to pay him a lot of money. But I get it. You're posted this like him. What I don't like is Vin has forgotten how to act. His emotion is gone, my guy. Like, I remember in the first few movies, him and Letty had a spark. They had a connection. Like, when he did stuff for Letty or going...
You felt that.
You felt it. You felt like they were in love. And then every scene with his son is so dang dry. And I'm like, Vin, you got kids, my guy.
Like just pretend he's your kid.
Yeah, the stuff with Paul Walker was beautiful. Like, I believed every moment of those scenes with you and Paul Walker. You know, so why aren't you pulling on your experiences like you pulled then? I needed less family, and I only needed less family interaction with him because it wasn't sold on. So that's the thing that bothered me the most about them.
Yeah, I will say Vin Diesel doing the Dom voice, but with no emotion with it.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, man, yo, you killing me right now. Like, I mean, I know this is an action film, and I mean, since I'm an action junkie, you know, from way back, you know, I mean, I guess I shouldn't be complaining, you know, with the acting chops of like Arnold Schwarzenegger and, you know, Sylvester Stallone and, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme. But my brother, I'm gonna need you to step it up. You know what I'm saying?
You mentioned that whole catalog of actors, and when they're in their action films and they're with their family stuff, I really don't doubt their love for their family.
True.
I don't ever like. I mean, I you know, we're all like, for the most part, we're all Schwarzenegger fans, Stallone fans, Jean-Claude fans, and when it's an emotional, I never look at them and say, "Oh man, I don't believe that at all."
Yeah, he needed to bring that Jean-Claude love that he had in Lionheart. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He needed to bring that out. Oh, if y'all know about Lionheart, y'all need to, you know, peep game. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's classic. But
or Jackie Chan, when he was the retired military guy, the agent that made the bombs and all that stuff. That movie.
Oh yeah.
You believe every moment from him that he loved his daughter.
He made people pay.
Yeah. So it's just like, if you're gonna do the action role, man, I know you got us coming because you love the Fast Saga, but you still got to work.
Yeah, it's like you can't punch the clock because it drains everyone else. Now, I did want to throw this in. When it comes to villains, we got a curveball. You know what I'm saying? We got a little curvy curve. Normally we know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is a bad guy. You know, we got Carter Verone or something like that. And you know what I'm saying? We know what to expect. Oh, but your boy from Titans came through. Well, no, you know what? I won't even say Titans now. He's also Jack Reacher. You know what I'm saying? Yep, you know what I'm saying? Reacher came through. All right. And what's his name? Ames. All right. We up in here, we thinking, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? They were in a gunfight together, so they there's a little bit of at least one of those situations where it's like, okay, look, you broke the law, and I will take you in later, but right now we have a pressing issue in the name of Dante. You know what I'm saying? But we get the curveball, and I was like, I like this. I was like, because we have had like 3 or 4 movies of like the bad guys being like, like Dom was basically like Naruto. Like Naruto will go up to a bad guy and be like, hey man, why don't you just be good? And they'd be like, you know what? I think I'll be good. And like that's like the end of the story. But so you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna be good now. But the kind of basic play of I'm a good guy and I'm gonna stop Dom, and then Dom is like, nah man, you don't understand about family, and then they change. They're like, all right man, well if we might not be super cool, but I'll let you slide, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this time Ames was like, nah man, I'm down with Dante, and I was happy with that change. I was surprised. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised because I mean he took a bullet and everything. I was like, oh snap! All right, okay, we got a new maybe semi teammate. Like he might not be down with the family, but he'll be willing to like turn a blind eye every now and then.
Right. Yeah, man. I was so happy to see him in the movie. I didn't realize he was in it. And he's incredible in Reacher, and I do recommend y'all to watch Reacher on Amazon. It is a clear,
it's a good watch.
it's a clear and present difference from the movies. Like when that man talks in the Reacher show, I believe every word he says, and we love these action heroes, right? We love action movie stars and stuff like that. But I can tell you honestly, there are not very many action stars that when they talk trash in a movie, I believe them. Like when old boy says, "You don't want these problems," I'm walking away, dog.
Yeah, like, and when you watch the show Reacher and he's in it, it's like, yo, man, the dude really ain't like, he really ain't trying to like start nothing. He's just trying to pass through.
Yeah,
like if y'all would just let him go about his business, y'all be good.
That would be perfectly fine. Just leave him be. So seeing him in the Fast Saga is incredible. Because I felt he matches that energy and he can pull it off. So I was very excited to see him. I disliked him in the beginning, but again, you're supposed to dislike him. And then like you said, oh man, he gonna be like you said, he'll turn a blind eye every now and again. He ain't gonna be fully incorporated in the family, but he definitely on him. And then he was the traitor. I was like, oh no, they got me.
Oh man. It's like, oh man, not that. Oh man, shot down the airplane. You know, we know they ain't dead, but we'll get to that later. But but he shot down the plane. I was like, oh snap! So now we have two what I would consider viable villains. You know, yeah. We have the guy who's kind of like, you know, no muss, no fuss, and then we have essentially the crazy nihilist sort of. So we've got a good stacked deck for the next film. But to set the curveball aside, I wanna bring in a character that I think we should all give a little bit of love to, and that's Abuelita Toretto. I just wanted to bring her up because why was she dressed like one of them old ladies that go to Vegas like quarterly, and she's definitely messing with a young dude. I'm letting you know that. Like she had the collar up with all the chains. I'm telling you, she got like a 30-year-old dude somewhere. I'm telling you, she got a young dude in the cut. I'm just letting y'all know. I peeped that game early. I was like, she be taking them trips to Vegas and Nag's Head, don't she?
She was out here doing it. I am. Now I'm pulling these random family members just out of nowhere. We've never seen her. And like, that's your grandma? How are you not going to have Abuela in the movie? Not once.
Not once.
I mean, I'm glad they didn't say she's been in hiding or anything like that, but it's just like, she gets to fly in and open up the family meal. Where has she been for 11 movies now? You've never met your grandmother. You've never, but there's no pictures of her. But you know, that's part of the Fast and Furious tradition.
It's like, yo, we ain't never even mentioned her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing we heard about was like his dad. We haven't even really heard about his mom for real. But, you know what I mean?
And I'm betting she'll be in the next film somehow.
Yo, mama gonna have to come out. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna have to come out of that hiding. You know what I'm saying? And maybe help some of the family. Now, speaking of mamas coming out of hiding, we do have Queenie. You know what I'm saying? Queenie is another, you know, Queenie's another one where I'd be like, all right, let's go in and keep it real. Helen Mirren probably got a young dude somewhere too. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. So don't y'all be surprised if y'all see her one day and she got a young dude on her. All right. I just wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely not.
But Queenie coming in here and the way she does, I like it. You know what? I liken her character similar to, and I know people are going to say this is another like crazy show that's like, you know, off the wall sometimes, but she likens me. I mean, I liken her to the death character in Supernatural.
Okay.
Like she comes in every now and then, drops a little knowledge, it's important, and then she kind of just bounces out.
Yeah. I can get with that. I like her character a lot too. And then seeing how she's become a part of the movies. I enjoyed her character since her first appearance, and and then you see these actors on TV shows. I would love to believe, I want to believe everything they say. She seemed genuinely excited, like she was happy to be in the Fast Saga. Like she wanted to be in it. Like, and that's cool that you now have, at this stage of the game, you got actors requesting or wanting to be in your movie because, it's just a cult classic. It's just a fun movie that looks to, and they expect these cameos, and it's like, dude, I get to say I'm in a Fast Furious movie and do some ridiculous stuff. Brie Larsen, I love her character. The snatch she has, when she wiped her foot on Jason Momoa's car, I could not stop laughing. It was like she's got a whole gun on you, Jason. You're worried about a footprint on your car?
Yo, but that's the jokerness of Dante. And then the way she scrubbed it was like in your face kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, man, it's fun. And Brie Larson seemed like she was very excited to be in the Fast Saga. Like, it's like actors who want to be in the MCU, actors who want to be like, these are things that you're not doing for the acting credit. You're doing it because you think these things are fun as hell and you want to be in it.
Yeah, and shouts out to Marvel. You see how they characterize Brie Larson's character here. It would be cool to get that from Captain Marvel in the films. I think the biggest reason people didn't like the Captain Marvel movie, and I thought the Captain Marvel movie was fine. I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was fine. Like, it's like, oh, okay, I can watch this. Like, I'm not running back to watch it over and over again, but if it's on, I'm not going to be like, turn that crap off. But her characterization here was much better than that. Like, just let her be kind of wild. And I mean, it's Marvel, they're superheroes. Let them be a little bit wild. I mean, it doesn't have to be the boys, but let her have a little energy, a little attitude, a little, aura around her. Let her, because I mean, now that you see Brie Larson here, you see that she can have the spunk, if you will, that's necessary for a movie like this. So it's like, let the girl go a little bit, because she was kind of stiff and wooden. Anywhere where she wasn't with Samuel L. Jackson, she seemed stiff to me.
See, I think, and like I said, I enjoyed it too. So I do agree with you that, number one, I think people need to understand every Marvel movie isn't going to be a grand slam. They're not supposed to be a grand slam.
Yeah.
Not every single one, but
every comic book from Marvel ain't a grand slam. Let's keep it real.
Right, exactly. But in this film saga that they have, every movie serves its purpose. They have the films that they expect to do $700, $800, $900, $1 million. And then they have their films they expect to do $400, $500 million, $300 million that are going to be set pieces to move the narrative forward. Mm-hmm. That's I mean, for people to not get that or understand that, I laugh at it all the time. But I think part of Brie's thing as Captain Marvel is she wasn't raised around humans. She was raised around an alien species, and she just didn't adapt a real personality. So that's
good point.
That's how she came across to me in the movie, and now she's starting to loosen up. And I think when we see her in this Marvel, I think we're going to see the best version of Captain Marvel in the Marvels because of who she's going to be around. And I absolutely agree with you that she does seem stiff, but I think she's supposed to until she's around Sam Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Jackson is the man, so I mean, it's like, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude's on point, and he rarely disappoints. So it's like, what can you do? But back to the movie at hand. I want to ask a question to Fast X. Why, my brothers and sisters, must we endure black on black crime? Oh man, seeing Roman versus Tej was kind of funny, especially with Han, Han starting the trip,
mm-hmm.
and Even when Han looked at it like, oh, okay, all right, this was more than I thought it was supposed to be. But like them fighting each other was a nice little break from the craziness. And even the whole thing of him like wanting his receipts and because they're like, oh man, he stole all the money. We ain't got no money, man. We've been saving this money forever. He like, speak for yourselves. Y'all broke.
That was hilarious. I'm so happy. This is the Tyrese I needed. Like this one, but to see him go back to how he was in other films, and this one, he was so damn funny in this movie. And you're right, the receipt gag, hilarious, dude. I was dying. The
man, when he was kind of like louncing out the dollars, when he was like, all right, 100, okay, 200. Yo, he a trip, man. Like that. I love that whole gag, and it was enough to kind of like bring it down a little bit.
Oh yeah. And I like how they fought, but they really wasn't fighting. Like going all the way in on each other, but they needed to get down their system. Ludacris and Tyrese, they're very, very funny characters together. So I'm glad to see that came back and it worked for me in this one. Han is my favorite character, followed by. Oh, excuse me. Han's my favorite character, so I love seeing him in action and being back.
Another retcon. Yo, this series will retcon you, boy.
Han deserved it, dang it. These special effects were super on point, and I love how they made like the way they were moving into the cars to actually save people's lives, and it was incredible. Like I was, and I feel like Jason Momoa was also a representation of us, the audience, because every time they did something good, he gave them props.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Oh my God, y'all did that!"
Yeah, he gave them props every time they did something dope. Like he knew, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I like him as a villain. He respects his adversaries. He knows they're not going to be easy to take out. He knows it's going to take work to put them down. And even when he puts down work, they're still going to manage to pull some stuff off. And so it's almost like he is a sick and twisted fan of them, but he's not supposed to.
Nice. I like that. Like, I really do like that angle on it. I like that. Just, wow. I never even thought of it in that case, but yeah, he does come off kind of like a sick and twisted fan.
Yeah. Like damn, I don't want to like these people, but they be doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, once you drive a car from a building into another building, and then from that building into another building, like you on boss level right there.
Yeah,
like, that's it. Like you can't lose.
Yeah, and our boy Reacher, obviously, because I'm terrible with names. Our boy Reacher, and I think this is what also, I'm pretty sure it is one of the reasons why I enjoyed this movie so much, because they try to do a bit in 9 where Tyrese acknowledges their unstoppableness and how incredible they are.
Oh, but, yeah, I remember that part. You know what? I was kind of okay with that a little bit.
I was not.
I saw where they were trying to go.
I was not. That mess felt absolutely flat to me. I don't need the heroes to acknowledge or say anything about that, because now you're taking me out of the film, and you're also taking them out of it, because now you're putting them on an outside perspective looking in.
Okay, I see you.
I need them to be invigorated in their moments. Now, when they had Reacher do it though in 10, it completely worked, and it was so simple. He broke down, these guys are good. They've done this, they've done that. They've done this, and if it defies gravity and works in their favor in a car, they've done it, and they've done it again, and done it again. And like, that's what I needed.
Okay.
Somebody from the outside acknowledging their dopeness and how ridiculously good they are for no damn reason. And that, that's what does it for me, or that's how I think it should be done for our audience, because now it's sold more.
Okay, because see,
go ahead.
I saw it in a way where, like, say if I was living this life, right?
Uh huh.
They've been doing this since the first movie was 2001. After say 5 or 6 years, I'd be like, yo, like, say if I was chilling with Dom or Brian or something, I'd be like, yo, okay, we've done all this stuff and we've always been okay. I think we're like blessed. Like, I'm like, I know y'all don't want to go down the God route, but I think we might be blessed. Like, I mean, we get hurt sometimes, but it always works out. Or either that, or I would always walk into a situation mad confident, like, we gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna be all right. Everything always works out for us. Something bad might happen, but we gonna be all right.
Mm-hmm. See, and I acknowledge that, and I get where you're going with it. I guess in that situation in 9, it should have been written better.
Yeah, Tyrese is, it's weird. He's so up and down because this play in this movie is so awesome because it reaches back to how he was in part 2, where,
Yes.
where he was like, "Yo, we ain't hungry no more."
Yeah.
I ain't going front. I'm gonna keep it real. If Carter Verone had $50,000, I'd have been, when the cops came, I'd be like, "We found him with $5,000." They'd be like, "Didn't he have more than this?" I don't know, man. Maybe he was faking it till he made it. Maybe he was all tied up in assets. I don't know. They'd be like, why do your thighs look way bigger than they normally do? I just been working out. All right, take it easy. Like, I just be like, I don't know. Maybe just he doesn't keep a lot of cash in the house. I don't know. This is all we found. They'd be like, so all you found is 5,000. That's all I found. They'd be like, do you mind if we search your trunk? Yes, I do. Yo, because I ain't going front. I mean, he's a bad guy anyway, and he going to jail.
Yeah.
He's going to jail, and I'm not a cop. I don't have no allegiance to nobody. So I mean, shoot. I mean, it's a couple dollars or a couple $1,000. But man, when he opened up that jacket, I was through, man. I was through. But I want to get your perspective on Deckard, because we got to see Deckard for like a quick second, you know what I'm saying, checking in. I guess we're going to see more of him later. When it comes to Deckard, did you like his scene? Did you like how he was brought in? Because I was pleased to see him. Well, I guess in a way where normally I would have been like, you know, like, get this out of the way so I can get back to Dom, but I was pleased to see him in this one.
I don't know. Deckard is Jason Statham, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted more. I love Jason Statham in these movies. You know, I am a fan of him. I enjoy his films, his action, stuff like that. You know, I wanted more, but you know, I understand. We got two more. I mean, not one, but 2 more films coming. So you got to spread it out. But he's cold. He's probably the coldest. Well, no, he's not the coldest in these films, because he does have a couple other movies where he's real cold in it. But Jason Statham is perfect for the world of Fast and Furious. He's perfect.
Yeah.
So very, very, yeah, I was definitely happy with his appearance, and you know, he does it so good that I wanted more of it.
And we get to see that his mom is in danger, so we know we'll probably get more of that in the second film. So, but we already know that Ma Deuce is not afraid to pull the trigger. So I mean, you know, she ain't got no problem, you know what I'm saying, with busting off shots, if you will. But I'm thinking we gonna get a good mix of all of these past films coming together, so much so that I've gone back and started watching the first film again. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go and watch all this, going, you know, from the first all the way here to 9. But the way they weave it, the way they bring everybody in, it makes me happy, man. Because you see Deckard Shaw in his, you know, he's beating up some butt naked dude for no reason. I don't know. Maybe he did something wrong. I don't know. But anyway, he just beating him up just for fun. He wasn't even asking him questions. He was just beating him up. Like, I mean, that's his normal workout. Just beat up a half naked dude. And then Han comes in. We get that connection again. And then that immediately sets off And even Han's like, all right, man, let me handle this. You know what I'm saying? I got this. It's gonna be, it's gonna take a little something. But they fight, and then you get the other guys coming in. Yo, this whole movie is just crazy with like old beefs, rekindled beefs, sort of like squashing it, fighting each other. Like I'm truly impressed how they weaved or are weaving everyone into this story and kind of reaching back. I still, still holding out for that Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I know he swindled a lot of people out of money, but I mean, we could get Ja Rule back up in here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's still screaming Monica's name somewhere. But we could get them back. You never know. But that scene with Deckard Shaw I thought was cool. And then also I would like to see a scene with them, him and his mom kind of back to back fighting off some people, because whatever Dante does is going to be crazy. Because I'm going to talk about a set piece in a little bit where Dante is just he don't care about nothing. Like, and speaking about not caring about nothing, all right, so we open up with Tej. Well, no, not Tej. Roman. Roman's like, yo, I got this job. I'm gonna be the leader, right? They go out on there. We find out that it's a whole ploy from Dante. Dante, just to get back at your boy Dom, decides to basically destroy your whole city.
Yeah.
Like, that wrecking ball mess was like, yo, that was crazy. Well, no, what's crazier? The people that were standing way too close to that thing.
Right, like nobody moving or realizing what it was. And like, all right, so yeah, that brings up the other thing that bothered me. During that whole chase scene, the cops trying to stop Dominic Toretto. I don't expect them to realize he's trying to stop this thing. But what about this big bowling ball that is destroying the city? Why aren't y'all trying to stop that?
Thank you.
I mean, no one, no officer, no cop said anything about it. None of them tried to get in the way and stop that. Like, even while chasing Dom, you should be able to tell he's trying to stop this thing.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, I'm not trying to dog pile on Rome Police or Rome PD or whatever, but like, my dude, I need y'all gonna have to use your context clues. Now I know y'all probably got on the radio and they was like, hey, Dominic Toretto is in the city and y'all gotta stop him. But then like you driving, right? And you're like, oh, there goes Dom right there. And you're like, whoa, hold up, there's a huge ball like destroying buildings and almost like smashing people and busting into a bus. That's a higher priority, y'all. It's a higher priority. Now they might not have known it was a bomb, but I mean, it's a higher priority, y'all. Come on. And then for my citizens of Rome, I'm gonna need y'all I'm gonna need y'all to just get out the way. Like, it's clear there's no way you do not see or hear that thing coming. Like, there was that lady that like bent over while it bounced over her at the fountain. I was like, yo, what are you thinking? Like, why were you not running? Like, girl, come on, man. Now watch people in Rome, people that are from Rome, get in the chat and be like, those ain't real Romans. Those are visitors. All those were the tourists or something. Look, I don't want to hear it. All right, y'all, I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? People need to move. All right, you need to move. Get out of the way. You know what I'm saying? On the highway, when you're going my way. I don't know what the lyrics is anyway. But the point is, like, that whole scene tearing through the city was top notch, and it showed also how crazy this dude is. Like, he don't stop. Well, I mean, I guess he can't stop and he won't stop, but so bad even Cipher was scared of him.
Yeah. The way he rolled in on Cipher was hard, and he definitely established himself. And I loved how smart he was. He was just so dang entertaining in this movie.
Yo, he even sliced up the dude that he said didn't have like any family or friends. Now, He kind of weird and crazy for licking the blood. You don't know that dude. You don't know what he had. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm sure he looked up his blood type, made sure he ain't had no.
Oh, he was like, before I do this, let me make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't got no.
Didn't have any family, and I'm sure he wanted to do that and cause a scene and make his point be heard. I'm sure
because you don't know if that man got like syphilis or herpes or something. You don't want it to be licking everybody's blood. You know what I'm saying? Just,
other things freely do in 2020.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Post COVID, you don't want to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you crazy, but be sensible. Be sensible and crazy, I guess. But seeing Cipher, seeing her in that situation, I know we're supposed to sort of feel bad for her, but part of me was like, "This what you get." Like, I'm glad because you got on my nerves in the 8th movie. I think it was the 8th movie. Yeah, if I'm right. But I was like, you got on my nerves, so I'm kind of glad this is happening to you. And I know they don't want me to feel that way because they gotta pull up in she pulls up in the well, not even in the driveway. She just stops her car in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? She limps up. She got the her hand, the bloody hand all on the door. I know we're supposed to feel sorry for her, but there's a part of me that's like, so like I know that's wrong, but there's a part of me that's like, so I'm glad you almost died. I hope you burn in hell. No, I'm just playing. But that Cipher and that kind of like the realization of Cipher saying, "Hey, I thought I was bad." You know what I'm saying? Like I thought I was like all that, and I thought I was what I think she said. She thought she was the devil, but I guess that does help raise the stakes kind of early on. Because we already know how much we hated her and couldn't stand her. I mean, like, she almost killed. Well, no, she did kill. Can't remember the girl name. Dom had, of course, Dom gonna have 2 breezies. But anyway, Dom. What's her name?
He killed the coldest one in the franchise. Dominic Toretto would have absolutely moved on from Letty with her, and I'll tell you right now. Vin Diesel and Dominic Toretto was sad when they brought Letty back because he had to keep that look on his face when they both were on the same scene and he had to go back to Letty. That was not acting. He was truly upset that he lost.
Man.
I don't care what nobody says.
He was like, dang. Well, I guess this is what the narrative is going to have me do. So, I mean, I guess I got to do this. I mean, I was moving on. I was all happy and everything, but I guess this is what they need. They need Michelle Rodriguez to come back. So, all right. Oh, and another retcon. Every time we mention something, you're like, it's another weird retcon. Yeah. Letty was supposed to be dead. And she won't dead, and then Han was supposed to be dead, then he won't dead, then we got a whole brand new person in Dante. Yo,
Gal Gadot is back.
Oh snap! Yes, she is back.
Why she worked with the Cipher? I was like, for real? So we just gonna put her with Cipher.
we just gonna like slide past the fact. And matter of fact, you know what? Let's talk about that right now. We got 2 kind of I guess you could say reveals towards the end of the film where you get to see Gal Gadot's character. And I gotta remember her name. What is her name? It'll come to me in a second. But or someone in the chat will let me know. Like we see her come up with the submarine, yo. I ain't going front. It was nice to see that kind of callback because they mentioned the submarine. What was it? Ames, I think, said they stole the submarine. I was like, well, they didn't like steal it, But then now that we see the situation with Gal Gadot, I'm like, oh snap, maybe they did steal it. Um, Giselle, that's her name in the movie. So like, it's like, oh well, maybe they did steal it because I thought they just used it just to get out of that situation and like, kind of like left it or put it back. But I guess not. I guess they kept that one. And hey, look, having your own submarine comes in handy. I got questions on like, do you have a staff on that? Like, is she just driving that by herself? And like, if so, didn't she have to like go like a very long way to get up to the top? But don't ask no questions. All right, it's Fast and Furious. Don't ask no questions.
Yeah, I have questions. Just take the ride.
Just take the ride. But it does. It's like, how did you and Cipher get cool? Because I mean, y'all don't seem like y'all would be cool. And if you alive, Han need to know because Han about to start swiping right and swiping left up in this piece. And, you know what I'm saying? He gonna need his boo to come back. So that's another thing. Why you been hiding from your man? That's two questions I got for you. Where have you been three. One, where have you been keeping the submarine? Because I mean, submarine is not a small thing. It's not easy. It's not easy to hide. Two, how you and Cipher get together? Because y'all don't really seem like y'all would match like that. And three, why you hiding from your man? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Why you hiding from your man? I think that's a very valid question. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. But that reveal was cool because I felt like, great. This is gonna be some Avengers Endgame type stuff where we gonna need everybody. Gonna need everybody doing their part to help take Dante down. Well, Dante and Ames and whoever else he's corrupted or turned. And then we get our post-credit scene, boy. That's right. That post-credit scene. Where at first I was thinking he's keeping the helmet on the whole time because they weren't able to get Rock.
Yeah.
So, maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't. We'll see. But then when he took it out, I was like, oh snap. We have mended fences. Or maybe we haven't mended fences because they weren't in the same scene together. So maybe, but at least we got the Rock in here. So it's about to get real. It's about to get really real. Because I mean we lost. We got the Rock, so we got a tank back in. Because we lost our other tank, man. And I guess I'll end on this moment. We lost our tank, man. We lost John Cena. How you feel about the sacrifice of Cena?
The sacrifice was trash. I did not feel it once. There was
man,
put in there because they did not. The chances are The Rock and Cena can't be in the same film together. That's the only thing that I could think of. There was no need to kill him. It did not feel genuine. It did not. I wasn't my emotions weren't moved by it. I didn't shed a tear. And they tried to build him up like this super cool uncle, so we could have that moment. It just fell flat. So I mean, he's dead.
Man.
Sorry.
Mike, you cold. Mike, you cold.
I mean,
you didn't like none of those touching moments with ripping off Rush Hour didn't touch you?
Nah, man. Nope. I cried at 7 with Paul Walker. You know what I'm saying? So I need genuine storytelling. And I know it was because Paul Walker is really dead or whatnot, but they still did it in such a beautiful way in the movie. And if you're not on that same level with any of the other characters passing at this point, then I don't want it. I don't care. Like, you're not going to move me. So you're going to have to move me in other ways.
Dang. Sacrifice of Cena, man. Sacrifice was trash. Now, I'm gonna throw it back to Brian because we do get sort of like not even sort of like, we get a straight up fast forward in time with this kid. Because I feel like that kid was just born yesterday. Now, I know people gonna be like, man, it was years, but like it seems like he was an infant in the last movie. And when I say infant, I don't mean like, oh, like, man, he was crawling around. Like, I feel like he was like in a cradle or something still. And now this kid is like, I don't know, 9, 10, maybe 9, 8. How old is he supposed to be in this movie?
I don't know. I want to say 8.
Yeah, like maybe 8. But I mean, that's a lot of time. I mean, unless they're using that, unless this is supposed to be semi real time, which will explain a lot for. It'll explain a lot for the Cipher and Giselle thing. It'll say, hey, we had a lot of time in between, but it just seems like that baby was just born. Now I know, that baby was from what, 3 movies ago, maybe. When did what was her name? What was Dom's girlfriend's name in Brazil? What was her man, she's kid. What was her name? Let me pull this up real quick. What was his Dom's girlfriend's name? What? Her name was Elena. All right, so that was in Fast and Furious 6. Okay, so all right, so Fast and Furious 6, that's 4 movies ago. Technically, you could say 5 if you want to count Hobbs and Shaw, but they don't really tell you how many years it's been. So, I guess this kid can be this big. It just seems like this kid should probably be 5 or so. But I know having a 5-year-old makes this really hard acting wise. So I guess you had to age the kid up. But that kid was the kid was giving me really cute family vibes, man. Giving me cute family vibes, and it should have helped the sacrifice for you, but it didn't help you out at all.
No, it didn't help me out either, because that kid also to me is a bad child actor.
Oh snap! Lil B. Oh man, you don't like the acting from Lil B?
I don't like the acting from Lil B.
Oh man, that's cold. All right, so with that, I will say that might lend, at least on your side, that might lend to the idea of those scenes falling flat with Vin Diesel and him, because Vin Diesel's just doing the Dom voice. He's doing like the Dom / Batman voice, barely opening his lips. And then you got a kid that you don't like as an actor. So both of those things in a scene together, they ain't really working, man. So all right, I'll give you that. They might need to pull that one back together a little bit. For the second film, they might need to step it up a little something. Especially since it seems like they're gonna be on their own, all out on their own, like Patti LaBelle, boy, in the at least at the beginning of the second one. Cause because we don't know whether Tej and them are alive, even though we know they're alive. But you know what I'm saying? They don't know. They think they dead. So they kind of are on their own. And they're like not engulfed in flames, but it's not pretty right now where they at. So we're gonna be subject to some father-son scenes at least for the first maybe 5 to 10 minutes of the next film, I assume.
But
Mike ain't looking forward to that.
I'm not, because they just didn't sell them to me, and that's how I know I like this movie, because those are the things I did not enjoy, and but everything else about the film is great. So I'm willing to keep it moving with it or whatnot. But Vin Diesel has to get back to acting if he wants to have these scenes in this movie or care about it, because the Fast saga cannot. It's going to have to end with some type of loss. Everyone's not going to get out of this unscathed. We are going to lose some people, and you know, you're trying to tell us that you're gonna say goodbye to Paul Walker again, after you just had one of the most amazing goodbyes in cinema history, and now you're going to try to outdo that, and you're just adding more and more pressure to you when what you need to do is just keep blowing up stuff and making cars defy the odds that even the Dukes of Hazzard could.
I feel you, because I didn't know or hear about that whole thing with the like the goodbye, the second goodbye to Paul Walker. I'm like, I don't think we need that. Like, I think we already did it perfectly with them kind of like taking the road splitting off. I think that was perfect. It was beautiful. It was touching. Leave it alone. Like, Vin Diesel, just leave it alone. I know you think you could top it, but I don't think you can top that. Like, it was beautiful. Also with the song, come on, man. Like, just leave it. Just leave it alone. Don't go there. But all in all, I will still say this movie. And if I was to phrase it for a rating, I would say that this movie is certified perfect popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Love this movie. It's crazy. It's wild. It's out of this world. And it's definitely worth your time if you're into Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
How about from you? Any final thoughts on this crazy wild ride?
Fast and Furious 10 returns back to the things that make it a lovable franchise. It is an excellent. It is the popcorn movie. Like, the whole saga is the popcorn movie that we all want and enjoy. There's still some things in here that we could improve. And I'm not saying it has to be Academy Award or Oscar based, but it needs to get some of the acting levels need to get back to the levels of what it was in the first few films of the series, where the characters, while they're these great action heroes, they're still believable in their emotions and intent. But overall, it definitely is a return back to the good form that it used to be.
All right, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? We got our race scenes, we got explosions, we got bullets, people getting beat up, kicked in the head. You know what I'm saying? You got fire, wrecking balls. You even got your scene with your you got your scene where you're reconnected with Elena's daughter. I mean, Elena's little sister. You know what I'm saying? You got drag racing. You still getting your scene with your butts and your music and stuff. So I mean, what else could you ask for? You know what I'm saying? This movie brings it all, and in a good way. So I'm gonna throw it over to Mike real quick. Good sir, where can they find you online?
Oh, that's a very good question. I have a great answer. You can find me online as Most Epic Art on all social media platforms, even PlayStation. If you're into Destiny 2, I'm looking for people to roll with. You can go check out the comics that I make at FSKnow.com. FSKnow.com for all the freestyle comic goodness. And like I said, Most Epic Art on all social medias.
All right, that's what's up. And of course, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Until the next stoplight, until the next speeding ticket, or until the next theft of the God's eye, this is from us telling you, peace.